Oh, hey everybody. There ain't gonna be a moto vlog this week because, well, I live in Maryland. It rained the entire week and it's still raining. Matter of fact, look, here we are. Bam. Rain like crazy. But y'all seen the thumbnail, so let's explain that. I'll show it in a second. I have a large family. I have lots of kids, and someone at my work said, "Hey, you know what you ought to do? You ought to go check out this place and donate plasma." So I was like, hell yeah, free money. All I gotta do is let them play vampire on me for a little bit and suck out the blood, and they extract the plasma. They like spin it through like a centrifuge, and they pull the plasma out and they pump the blood back into you. So I went to one that's local to me, and they stuck the needle in and they started pumping the blood out, but it was going real slow and it kept giving little error codes. And I'm telling the woman, I'm like, hey, something here ain't right. It's not right. So it pulled all the blood it needed to do the first cycle, and it's doing a little centrifuge thing, and it's getting the plasma. Once it gets to plasma, it goes to the second cycle, which it pumps it back into you. Well, I'm sitting there, and my bicep starts kind of puffing up and getting like I'm flexing. And I'm like, hold on, that blood's not going in my vein. It's being pumped underneath of my bicep, which was starting to make it swell. And it started to hurt. I could feel a lot of pressure. And there was no bruising at the time. And I'm telling the lady, I'm like, hey, there's something wrong. Make this stop. And she's not originally from America. And she's working in the medical field, and she doesn't understand what I'm telling her. Like, she deals with, I don't know, I'm sure at least 100 people a day. But she's not getting the fact that I'm telling her something wrong. And I had to yell for someone else to come over to help me out. And they're like letting the machine pump the stuff into me. And I'm like, look, man, make it stop. It hurts. Make it stop. And they're like, okay. And they're looking at the machine, and they're like, everything looks fine. I'm like, look, I'm telling you. And my arm is pumping up. Like, I'm flexing. I'm getting Arnold style on them. I'm not actually flexing, but the one arm is getting all the blood pumped back in to the wrong location. And I'm like, get the fuck, I can't cuss on YouTube. I was like, get the effing needle out of my arm now. And they were like, what? And I'm like, get it out of my arm now. Something ain't right. So they took the needle out, and they said, okay, there's no bruising or nothing. You're fine. Well, then a day or two later, all the blood left underneath my bicep and seeped out into my arm. Look at that. That is just crazy. Look at this. That does not feel good. And they're idiots. And if only the two ladies that are running the area, and they're both of them from India. They work with customers all day long, every day, and they do not understand what I'm telling them. I'm like, look, make it stop. And they're like, I can't even do it because I don't want to sound like a freaking racist or something. But they didn't get it. They weren't understanding me. I know I speak Baltimorean, and sometimes my words aren't the best because, well, I grew up in Baltimore. I speak like an idiot. Hey, for my fellow Baltimoreans, it is what it is, bro. You know it. You know it. We all say Tuesday, okay? Monday, Tuesday. That's not normal. It's Tuesday. Yeah. But they didn't get it. And I'm telling them, and they're looking at the machine, and I'm like, look, I am in pain. And they're like, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, dude, but this, like I said, yeah, this is what you get. Never go to a plasma center and try to make a couple extra bucks. People do it all the time. But you might be this guy. You might end up like me. And it looks like I got my hand caught in a machine, like my arm caught in a machine or something, and just whooped my ass. And it's not cool. It ain't cool at all. I don't know what the hell's wrong with these people. But yeah, if you go do something, I would suggest sperm donation. I hear it's a lot more pleasurable. All right, guys. I'll see you next week with a moto vlog on the scooter. Gonna be a lot more of them because, well, summer's coming. And it won't be raining all the time. I'll get to enjoy my life a little bit before and after work, because that's what I mainly use my scooter for. I just drive it to work. But all right, guys, thank you. Subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you soon.